It didn't crash, and it didn't explode. There were no sirens or warning messages. 1 second, global technology was running seamlessly. The next second, the entire planet went dark. The immediate human reaction was logical. People assumed they were experiencing a severe, localized power grid failure. They waited in the dark, expecting backup generators to kick in or emergency broadcasts to light up their screens. But minutes passed, and the scope of the failure became undeniable. Smartphones died completely. Monitors turned to black glass. Radio frequencies vanished. Every communication network on Earth flatlined at the exact same millisecond. Typically, an infrastructure collapse of that magnitude triggers immediate panic. You expect shouting, car horns, mass confusion in the streets. Instead, the sudden darkness was accompanied by a profound, suffocating stillness. The typical response, the yelling, the running, it never happened. Instead of a city reacting to a crisis, millions of people simply stood in the dark, as if they had been paused. As the minutes stretched into hours, the mood on the ground shifted. The initial annoyance of waiting for the lights to return morphed into a deep internal dread. The silence left behind by the dying machines didn't feel empty. It felt deliberate, heavy. It created a physical pressure against the eardrums, a perfect environmental vacuum, as if all ambient noise we take for granted had been intentionally swept out to clear the air. The blackout existed to serve the silence. Every dying circuit removed a layer of interference. Into that vacuum, a new sound appeared, barely a whisper, yet it was everywhere at once. It entirely ignored the laws of physical acoustics. This diagram shows the mechanics of the anomaly. The frequency wasn't traveling through the air. The source of the sound was originating directly from the center of the brain, bypassing the human auditory canal completely. The whisper fed simple directives. Listen. Focus. It demanded cognitive surrender, actively expanding and overriding every natural thought with a single, uniform frequency. Outside, the effects hit immediately. People stepped out of their cars and their homes, looking around in utter confusion before suddenly freezing in place. Millions of individuals instantly adopted identical, stiff postures. This was a biological hack. An infection spread by capturing human attention and holding the central nervous system hostage, which forces us to look back at the lives we led before the blackout. We spent decades surrounded by digital chatter, televisions humming in the background, the endless scroll of social media, and constant digital notifications. We complained about the noise, but that noise served a hidden function. Our digital lives provided a constant, unintentional layer of static, a wall of white noise that made it impossible for anything to gain a clear foothold in our attention. The sudden global blackout stripped all of that protective static away. Without all the digital noise to crowd it out, the path to the human mind was left entirely wide open. With the static gone, the internal whisper escalated into physical reality. The paralyzed population opened their mouths, and the internal whisper became an audible vocalization. The victims were no longer passive listeners. They were converting into active transmitters, murmuring the commands aloud in unison. Soft at first, the words layered over one another. Listen, focus, stay still. Millions of overlapping human voices built an organic broadcast network, flawlessly replacing the dead digital infrastructure. There was no delay, no signal lag. This synchronization swept across streets, oceans, and continents simultaneously. The event systematically converted individual human consciousness into a single, unified planetary receiver. Then the preparation phase ended. A final command cut through the global murmur. Everyone is ready. At that exact second, 8 billion people spoke the word, begin. They used the exact same tone, the exact same inflection. In that moment, the whisper ceased to be an external anomaly trying to invade the planet. The assimilation was complete. The signal was the world. Look around you right now. Listen to the hum of your refrigerator, the traffic outside, the audio of this video. If all of it went silent right this second, what would you hear waiting underneath?